She pretended to be a rich heiress and became a politician's wife, but she was blackmailed for 3 billion won by the fallen heiress, Leanna. To raise the money, she began accepting bribes using her husband's name. Just as the money was about to be gathered, she suddenly heard that the young lady, Leanna, had died. To confirm the news, Yumo drove to the Malai gallery run by Anna. Sure enough, the police were investigating at the scene. She couldn't understand how could the always proud Anna suddenly die. But all of this was actually orchestrated by her husband, Choi Ji-hoon. At that time, Choi Ji-hoon was in the crucial phase of his mayoral campaign. Knowing all of his wife's secrets, there was no way he would let her dark past ruin him, so he took decisive action and dealt with Leanna. Meanwhile, Yumo stood hesitating in front of the elevator, afraid she might suddenly see Anna's face. She only breathed a sigh of relief after seeing it was empty inside. She finally wouldn't have to take the stairs just to avoid the heiress. After returning home, Yumo still couldn't relax and check the news again, but no matter how she thought about it, something felt off, because Anna had blackmailed her for 3 billion won. That money was enough for her to pay off her debts and live comfortably for a while. With Leanna's personality, there's no way she would just die out of nowhere. Caught up in her thoughts, Yumo even forgot to attend her husband's campaign event. When her husband scolded her, she casually lied and said she went to school, but her half-hearted attitude really irritated Choi Ji-hoon, and he told her to resign on the spot. Yumo responded by asking,
내가 김 기사야?
학교 그만둬라.
내가 김 기사냐고.
내일부터 조용히 붙여줄 테니까 데리고 다녀.
데리고 다니는 거예요? 감시하는 거예요?
This kind of wife was someone Choi Ji-hoon had never seen before. She was no longer submissive, and her words carried a trace of provocation. But instead of getting angry, Choi Ji-hoon found this new version of her even more attractive. Ever since confirming Anna's death, Yumo felt reborn. She no longer lived in fear, and her whole demeanor became lighter. Choi Ji-hoon looked at his elegant wife on stage and couldn't help but admire her. He used to just want a decent wife, and his relationship with Yumo had always been polite and distant. But the moment he found out Yumo wasn't a real heiress, his attitude changed. He even secretly had someone watch her. Later, when he learned she was being blackmailed by Anna, to protect his future, he swiftly got rid of the threat. Now, watching his fearless wife, he felt the two of them were a perfect match. But Choi Ji-hoon had also clawed his way up from the bottom. His early life was far from glamorous. His mother supported the entire family by selling seaweed rice rolls. His father was idle and addicted to alcohol. When Choi Ji-hoon returned home after his military discharge, his father was shocked, and he found the house even more rundown than he remembered. His mother was already bedridden. Choi Ji-hoon wanted to take her to the hospital, but his father looked troubled. It turned out his mother had long been diagnosed with cancer. His father not only had no money for treatment, but couldn't even pay for her health insurance. Choi Ji-hoon was both furious and heartbroken, and yelled that his father didn't deserve to be called a man. With no other choice, he called a senior to borrow 10 million won. He planned to take his mother to the hospital first, then work at a shipyard to repay the debt. When the senior heard about his situation, he suggested Choi come to Busan and get into real estate. But back then, Choi Ji-hoon had no interest at all. Thinking the industry was shady, the senior replied,